Hello again, everyone. It's been a long time, and we shouldn't have left you without a dope pod to step to. Max and Matt versus Evil. We are still here. We are not dead.
We did not pod fade.
I am Max Rosenhaus, joined as always by the inimitable Matthew St. Jean. How goes it, brother?
What's up, man? If you guys can see, I got a new background in a new studio, aka a basement that I moved to over the last 5 days ago. So, yeah, this mostly falls on me, the leave of absence. Just sitting down, just working, trying to get my head wrapped around packing boxes. Just the whole headache that comes with moving is ridiculous. Max, you moved across country.
Oh,
so yeah. I know, I don't even want to know. I can't even imagine what that was like.
Oh,
I moved an hour away. I moved an hour away.
I did not have a whole house, though. I just had like a room in an apartment that I had to move.
Well, my house was tiny, which was helpful, and we left some of the big items. But, dude, I gotta tell you what happened on Friday, man. So,
okay, tell me. Well, for starters, you know, Ferndale, you living in Ferndale has been a big part of this pod. You know, like all the issues in Ferndale, your neighbors, the good, the bad, the ugly. And now, are you open to telling us what city you have relocated to?
So I moved to a town called Fowlerville. It's basically it's probably pretty much by East Lansing, Michigan State, go green. 20 minutes east of good old East Lansing. And one thing that I didn't that has also crept up with the Ferndale situation that was driving me insane was the Amazon drones. Have you heard about these?
Yes, I have. I'm surprised we don't have them out here yet, but yeah.
Well, Michigan has 2 of the 10, and one of the places is in Hazel Park. The last article that I wrote for the Enjoyer touches on it a bit, but Max, you and I are very good at attention to detail, and little slight noises like that, so it was like it started off slow, 5 to 10 a day, but then it up to about 20 to 30 a day flying over my head.
It should be illegal. They shouldn't be able to go directly over your home.
Oh, over my home. But there's a lot of things that drive me insane about it, especially with like the laziness of society. I get if people have kids or something, but you're paying an extra $10 for a $7 item to be delivered to your home in an hour. And, like I said, I'm a journalist. I wrote a story about it. And so I ordered the drone delivery in under an hour. And a lady showed up in her Ford Explorer 55 minutes later at my front door. I was so pissed. I was so angry. But
yeah, you should get your money back for that.
Yeah,
the extra $10 you spent.
Seriously. So they're huge. They're very big. Obviously, living in the city, you can't shoot them down because it's basically like shooting at an airplane. The space, like God owns the water. You can't own any bodies of water. People can't. But the FAA owns the air. Okay. Right. So if you shoot at one of these things, you're going to get a felony. Out here, I live in a very quiet, quaint. I have no neighbors surrounded. I have deer in my front yard all day. There'll be another dead one up there soon. And it's such a difference. And there was birds flying over. There was these big crows flying over my house. And I was like, please don't be a drone. Like I have PTSD straight up.
I feel like you're living in Ukraine or something.
Yeah. Well, those ones go boom.
Gaza.
But it really is like a crotch rocket driving by your house on the road at going 100 miles an hour, except over your head 30 times a day is kind of how I'd explain it. Obviously, we had already made the plans to move, but it was just such a nice ending to the story of Ferndale. And I'm going back there tonight to do some work on the house. I'll be there all weekend to do some work on the house. And then, there might be a fire. You know what I'm saying? There might be a little issue there, but it's glad to be out of there.
Fire or a house fire?
We'll see.
Did you sell your house? Is it sold yet?
So no, I'm very fortunate. We didn't have any contingency or whatever the hell the word is. I didn't have to sell it to buy this new home, but canceling Comcast the other night felt so good. Those sons of bitches. 1-800 fuck you Comcast.
Yeah.
And that was a good load off my shoulders. And but yeah, I'll be back there the next few nights just to do some repairs, and then we're gonna hopefully have it on the market by September 1st. But yeah, man, It's good to be back, ready to start this new chapter.
I've had some serious life stuff to take care of over here, anyways. So it's the absence has been welcome.
So the one positive was I found some acid and I found some Molly. So that doesn't expire. So that's always
that was better with age, right?
But luckily with a baby on the way, I had those things are now out of the way and locked up and secure, as opposed to where I found them, which is not good. But my house was small. I knew I could move in one trip with a 26-foot box truck, and so I put in the reservation, Enterprise Rental Trucks, Southfield, Michigan. So my reservation's for 8 a.m. on Friday. Now, mind you, I only have one day plus the traffic back and forth, which is, again, it's an hour and 20 minutes in the truck. Okay. So I had to go from Southfield back to my house to Fowlerville, back to Southfield, and while I pack and unpack the thing. Well, I arrive 10 minutes before my reservation, 7:50 a.m. There's a sign on the door. It says, we'll be back at 8:20. I'm like, okay. My grandma's gravesite is right down the street. My other grandmother just got buried right next to her this past 2 weeks ago, RIP. And I'm like, all right, I'll go drive, go say bye to grandma's. Go. I like to leave rocks. A nice Jewish tradition. I leave rocks on my grandma's grave. Whenever I go on vacation, I bring back rocks and put them on there. And yeah, all right, bye.
So your Jewish grandmas really appreciate this sentence.
Yeah. Said bye to sludge too. I made that stop last week. So I get back at 8:20 and no one. 8:35, the two guys finally get back. Okay, great. I'm looking around the yard. I'm like, I don't see this truck. So I walk in. The guy goes, "Are you Mr. St. Jean?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, the truck's in Wixom." I go, so Wixom, for those who are not familiar, but everyone who's listening to this is familiar, is 30 minutes west, towards the direction of my new home, by the way. So I have to go. So I get in the car. He's like, we got to take you there. I was like, yeah, you do. And I'm not paying for gas on the way back. I'm not paying for mileage on the way back.
They were hoping you weren't going to come. They were like crossing their fingers, hoping you weren't going to come.
I know. But again, I had to be back to Southfield by 5 p.m. or my reservation. They charged me another $200 for the next day. Not happening, right? So get in the guy's car, drive to Wixom. He's texting and driving in the left lane going under the speed limit. So that's like, I wanted to just absolutely just lose my mind.
Oh yeah, it's a murderable offense.
Oh my God. I mean, texting and driving is one thing, but buddy, you got to go over 74 in the left lane, dog. We're getting screwed. We're getting people are just ripping around us, bro. Like, we can't do this. So get to Wixom, get back. Of course, it's Friday morning, rush hour traffic on 96. Construction on 696 is closed down. So it takes me, I thought I'd be back at my house by 8:20. I got back to my house at 10:30 to start packing. Pack up the truck. My girl's family came down, helped us out. Great. I get on the road a little bit earlier because I'm in a bigger vehicle and have to drive slow. Pretty much as I pull up to the house, I get a text from my girl. I get a call from my girl, pardon me. She goes, hey, my sister left her keys in the backseat of my car, and I have to turn around and go take them back to Ferndale. So I got to unload the entire truck by myself once I got to my house in Fowlerville.
That was strategic.
I swear to you, I wasn't pissed. Shit happens. I was laughing more about it.
Couch? You have a couch or something?
We got a new couch while it was delivered. The only thing,
you can't move by yourself, right?
Two dressers and the bed I couldn't move by myself. Everything else, I have a lift gate, so everything else I could just put on the edge and move it into the garage. I didn't move it in the house. Right. I got as far as I could. I was punch drunk at that point. It wasn't like I wasn't mad at anybody. Again, moving is very difficult. There's so many moving pieces going around. You don't know where anything is, so I get it. It's not I'm not upset at them at all. And actually, then I had to drive back to Ferndale to pack up my car with some other stuff like the lawnmower and stuff that I didn't want to get with my other, and then drive back. So yeah, I was on the road for just about 12 hours, pretty much just zooming around Metro Detroit, just wanting to put a gun in my mouth. And that beer that I had when I came back was the tastiest, most delicious brewski I've had. in a long time.
Because to do that by yourself is a huge task. Like that is a huge load of labor. I moved a couple years ago, but I just switched apartments. I moved from one apartment to a bigger apartment, and I did the whole move pretty much by myself. But I went down the street and I hired a few Mexicans who were standing at the corner to come help me.
There you go.
And
there you go.
They helped. One of them was very useful. One of them was dog shit, and I sent him home early. But man, we got that job done, and I was just so beat up by the end of it. I was so tired, so exhausted. Because I mean, going from a 3-floor walk up to another 3rd floor walk up. And it took, even though we were just moving like 300 feet, it took all day because I didn't get a truck because we're just moving such a short distance. I was just going load after load after load. Just like throwing my bed on this Mexican dude's back. Andale.
Like, should I wrap this in garbage bags? I don't know what this, we get some lice on that bad boy, whatever. But the one thing that sucks, you forget, the truck is larger, and so people just cut you off like crazy. I have all my belongings in the back, but the chair, it's got a bounce. It's not secured to the vehicle. It's got one. So this is Michigan. We have the worst roads in the country, and I'd hit a bump and just whack, just iron on iron in my lower back, just gets pounded.
It's such a weird design. I don't know how that's effective, but it's like a school bus too.
Well,
it's like an extra shock absorber, right?
Perfect, except it doesn't when you're driving slowly on regular on maybe good roads, not in the state of Michigan. I'm sure it's really nice, but when you're going,
when it's new, it probably works great. But when it's been driven by 300-pound mover dudes moving for like 10 years, then it's kind of lost its spring.
No, for sure, and honestly. Then the next day when you're bending down to like put away like the pepper and like me and my girl looked at each other and we're just like, I think this is worse than yesterday. And I'm just like, is it too early to start drinking again today? And she's just like, yes.
How far along is she?
She's 6 months pregnant.
Oh yeah, it's hidden now. Yeah, that's serious.
So she's
entering the 3rd trimester.
Yep, she's been an absolute trooper, and then of course we get here and our AC doesn't work. So it's now we've had quotes out the last 2 days. Some guy quoted me $12,000 yesterday for a new AC unit. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck that guy. And today we got quoted $6,000, which is just like, let's just keep spending money. Fuck it, like.
Dude, just get a window unit until winter comes, and then figure it out next year. That's what
I wish I could, but Preggers is not having it. She wants to be able to hang out in our living room for at least a couple of months. I mean,
2 window units. It'll still just be like a few $100 compared to 12,000.
I have one that I used to use in my weed room, so that's been nice for us to sleep. But that's thank God, because I think she would have just moved to her parents' house and just left me here for whatever. But yeah, no, it's been good. I'm still happy as hell to be out of Ferndale. Just tonight I got to go home and find my one outdoor cat and bring him back because I just left him behind.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, again, that's kind of that's what's been going on, and it's been fun. I'm super happy to be here.
And you got a nice little chunk of land over there?
So we're on a couple acres, and then the key to this is my girl's parents. They have 80 acres, which is 15 minutes away.
Wow.
And then my hunting property is on 50 acres, and that's about a half hour away. So kind of got a burn pit. I can shoot guns in my backyard. That's what you and your son got to come out and do instantly is start, teach gun safety. And I wish I was more familiar with firearms when I was younger, because, it's just, they're scary, but they're not. You just got to be able to know how to use them and protect yourself,
It's a fine line, definitely introducing what age to introduce a kid to a gun.
Yeah.
My dad never took me to a shooting range until I think I was at least 18 when we first went to the shooting range.
And then you have people like Lan, who was like throwing Glocks in the air in his bedroom when we were like 14, 13 years old. And he's responsible, but he also told me a story a couple weeks ago how he accidentally he's one of the people that actually brought a gun to the airport and left the clip in his wife's bag, and she took it to the airport, and she almost got to jail.
Did she go through security with it, or she discovered it before?
No,
so
she went through
security with it.
Yes, they pulled her in the back room. She's like, she's like, I borrowed my husband's bag. I had no clue this is in here. Whatever. It's
just a clip or a gun with the clip.
Just a clip.
Okay, a clip with a bullet in it.
Multiple bullets in there. Yes.
Oh,
yes. Fully.
God, man. I know. Even loaded clips around the crib. He's got like boys. He's got boys.
He's got boys. He's got a baby girl. But this was in a bag, and so they have these certain bags. Like my backpack has a special place for magazines and for a gun that you can't tell. I used to bring it to work all the time. That bag doesn't go on vacation with me, dog. That stays in. It stays here. Like,
I need to get wife her own travel bag.
Dude, why are you guys sharing travel bags either? Right. Anyways, that part I didn't get either.
I think the first time I ever fired a gun was with him. He got a shotgun.
Yeah, I think
16th birthday. I think it was his 16th birthday. We went to his cabin and we were like, we were being very reckless, just shooting shit. Oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, a bird. And I'm standing right next to him. And he waves the shotgun within an inch of my face and shoots up in the air at a bird. And I just beat his ass right there. I'm like, dude,
sure there was a few.
You just almost killed me.
Now, same cottage. There's this other fella who we went to high school with who's, we'll just say initials are Nick V. And we were up there and he walks out the front door. And it's 7:30 in the morning and just starts just shooting off the AK-47 while all of us are sleeping, just like into the woods. And it's just like such a startling wake up. Like, oh my God. And yeah, he's just shot a turkey, maybe allegedly shot a turkey that he wasn't supposed to shoot while we were there. But it's just feathers everywhere. You can't hide that, you dumbass. Shoot a freaking squirrel or a rabbit. Nobody cares. And you don't need a license, whatever. Yeah, no, it's good to be out here. You hear guys cutting trees instead of drones, and so yeah, I'm pumped. So I've been on the loop though on everything else. I am not. I know we talked off the air a little bit. Tigers traded Scooble. MLB is going to lock out next year, but you were mentioning something about the Twitter warrior, the Twitter king himself, Mr. Kevin Durant.
Yep, Twitter fingers galore. Kevin Durant has been back at it again.
The burner king.
And this time he's been taking unsolicited shots at his old teammates, the Warriors, who are the only reason why he is an NBA champion 2 times over.
True.
So let me pull up his. This was actually on Instagram.
I haven't seen or heard any of this. We left it for the show. You just kind of mentioned it briefly. Yeah.
So Kevin Durant famously left the Oklahoma City Thunder as like the most coveted free agent of all time to join the Golden State Warriors after they lost the 2016 finals, blew the 3-2 lead. So
yeah, when Draymond called him in the tunnel.
Right. So he joins the Warriors, whatever. They go on, win 2 championships. So this is what he said. And a lot of people think that he thought he was on his burner when he made this, because this is just a random comment on Instagram responding to somebody else who said that this Sixers team with LeBron on it is close to the Golden State Warriors super team. And he said, ain't close, laughing my ass off. Joel, MVP recently. Jaylen Brown, recent finals MVP. Tyrese Maxey, all-star the last 3 years. We all know what Bron does. Klay Thompson, never an MVP candidate in nothing. 22 points per game. Draymond, 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Steph, MVP just like Joel was. Excuse me, nothing like Joel. I don't get how the Warriors team is better on paper. Well, I will tell you why that Warriors team is better on paper, Mr. Kevin Durant. That Warriors team was coming off the best season of all time, 73-win regular season. That Warriors team that was the best team of all time traded or got rid of Harrison Barnes, exchanged Harrison Barnes for Kevin Durant. That was the only change they made to the team. They instantly became better. So the best team of all time instantly became better. Steph Curry, not just an MVP like Joel was. Steph Curry was the 2-time MVP back-to-back and coming off the first unanimous MVP of all time. Steph,
literally,
greatest season of all time that season.
Changed the way the game was played. End of
Changed
story.
the way the game was played. Klay Thompson, he says Tyrese Maxey, 3-time All-Star, been to the last 3 All-Stars. Klay Thompson was a 5-time All-Star at that time. Klay Thompson was the 60-point, he was the Game 6 Klay, 37-point quarter Klay. Klay Thompson was incredible. Tyrese Maxey is not, I love Tyrese Maxey. He has not come close to what Klay Thompson was in those years, even before Kevin Durant.
He's more Maxey's more athletic, but Clay's the best spot shooter I've ever seen. I mean, like truly.
Not to mention Andre Iguodala, Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Draymond Green was Defensive Player of the Year and like a 4-time All-Star.
Smartest player in the game.
Livingston coming off the bench. We had David West. You know, that team was so deep the way they moved that ball.
Forgot about David.
Was a great player on that team. He was really clutch. And to say that
it really
this team is better, Bron is, you know what, you can't say Bron is, we all know what Bron brings. Bron is 42-year-old Bron. Maxey's the only, Maxey and Jaylen Brown are the 2 guys in their prime. Joel is far from the MVP that he was, you know, however many years ago. He can't
he shouldn't even have won the fucking MVP, but whatever.
Right. He can't survive for 40 games in a season.
Exactly. So, least games played ever for an MVP winner. They changed the rules because of him. They have to play a certain amount of games.
I thought that Kevin Durant was cool with all the Warriors. Him and Steph, it seemed like he showed a lot of respect to Steph after he left there, and it seemed like he was cool with Klay. Obviously, him and Draymond had their thing, and they weren't cool anymore. But I thought that there was a mutual respect. And so to see him come out like that and just dogging his former teammates, Klay went on Instagram. He's like, damn, why'd you have to use my full government name? You know, like, is everything okay? Like, I thought we were cool. And I think that it's because after Kevin Durant left, those Warriors won a championship in 2022 without KD. After KD left there, he hasn't been close to the finals since. Kevin Durant cannot win without the Warriors, and the Warriors can win without Kevin Durant.
And talk about hopping teams. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Durant play in Brooklyn with Kyrie and Harden? That was a thing, right?
I think that's where he left the Warriors for. Yeah, that's
a lot's happened since then, because now he's on Houston and he's been at like that. I mean, this has been obviously Fred VanVleet getting hurt last year isn't going to help your, you know, he's a top 30 player. Fred VanVleet's unbelievable. Fine. He's good. He's not unbelievable, but you know, and he's not going to make the difference on a championship roster, but obviously that's a big deal.
Well, he made a difference on the Toronto championship roster. Yeah. That's like where he got his bones.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that was the hell of a run. But
he did the thing with Brooklyn. He left OKC for the Warriors. The Warriors got him 2 rings, and he got injured. He ruptured his Achilles, and and then he got into the thing with Draymond, and he didn't like the way Steve Kerr handled it. So he left us for Brooklyn. Then he left Brooklyn for Phoenix. Remember, to join. He thought he could get another easy ring by joining Devin Booker, but they ended up sucking, you know? Yeah. So he leaves them and joins Houston, which should be the next team, the next super team with the great roster that should be able to, you know, curry to his favor and help him win a championship. Well, they end up sucking with him on the team. I think he's just kind of cancerous.
He's the most he's got the most automatic. That 3-pointer at the top of the arc is good. So automatic, but
he's probably the best offensive player I've ever seen besides Steph Curry.
Oh, pound for pound, give me Curry, obviously. But KD's, you know, he's 7 feet tall. The guy's a freak.
Yeah, I mean, when he was on those Warriors teams and we needed a bucket down the stretch, we went to KD and he could just post up in that little elbow and get 2 points.
Was awesome. No, there's no doubt, and yeah, it's so interesting in like today's, you know, we touched on shows previously about Klay Thompson dating what's my girl's name, Megan the Stallion, and you know, KD, for all of his antics, he's never I'm not saying anything here, but for all of his antics, not a single controversy with a chick. It's only been his damn fucking Twitter. It's only him on the internet. He's always doing something.
There are funny interactions you can find if you want with KD with women, but he keeps it very under wraps.
which is tough. I mean, you know, it's really hard to do with the people like that, with like TMZ specifically, just following these people everywhere they go. And for Katie to be so under the radar with who he's with. Oh, has our other buddy, who was dating
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, are they still together?
Still going strong. I think they're still going strong.
All right, because he just got traded too, I think, and so you know, I don't know if that's gonna hurt the relationship or anything, but
yeah,
you called it. You said they would make it this summer, so time's ticking down, Max.
Yeah, time is ticking. Yeah,
so
I think healthy relationship is inspired. Yeah, no, a month ago she said she's making new music about the relationship. So.
Oh, great! That always works out well.
But I don't know. There hasn't been much news, so.
No, it's definitely the slow point of the summer, and yeah, I know that you were very excited about the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce wedding. I know that was a big deal for you.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with it. I was trying to see the spread, see what they were serving the guests. What was the?
Yeah, I don't know. They signed NDAs. They weren't. The guests aren't allowed to talk about it. They had to sign NDAs to even attend the wedding, which is fucking weird. But yeah, no, that's. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else in terms of
talking about NDAs. I just a piece of pop culture that I just learned about. Turns out Howard Stern fired a whole bunch of his staff members.
Benji, yeah,
Benji Bronk is probably the top name on the list. Mamet. His longtime personal assistant, a female, she seems to be the one who's the most angry about the situation, and she's trying to fight
they can't do anything.
NDA. She's trying to fight her non-disclosure agreement. She says she never signed it. She claims that someone from the Stern staff signed an NDA and then emailed it to Stern Show from her work email, then deleted it so there was no trace of it. And so she's saying that they faked her NDA signature, which is crazy.
I mean, honestly, nothing shocks me these days. We've all heard those, especially with the Stern deal. I mean, he's so strange with the privacy and stuff. I mean, I found a clip of him the other day with one of his older shows where it was Gary the Retard singing the song from Dumb and Dumber Mock. With the lady who sang the song, and it was the funniest. I was laughing so hard. I'm just like, dude, this show was so amazing. And now he's talking about his therapy and all of his new wife's cats that she has that are just pissing all over their mansion, which is,
I guess that's a point of contention too, because he's spending so many resources on the animal shelter thing that they're having to fire people on the show staff.
Oh, he's worth so much money, and now and he's now down to 1 day a week, correct?
Yeah, when he comes back, he's not even back yet. But when he comes back from summer, I think it's going to be 1 day a week.
Comes back, he takes off the summer and works 1 day a week. What a life! Has he earned it? 100%. Yeah. I don't think his cat shelter is draining him. By the way, I think he's being notoriously. Is he notoriously? He's not. Well, I guess he is cheap because he would have kept some of these guys on staff.
He's for sure. The cat shelter. So that's one of the things the personal assistant is saying is that he's, spending so much. He's so concerned about the cat shelter. He doesn't really care about the show anymore. And so he wants to focus more of the money towards the cat
financials.
shelter.
Okay.
And he wants to move away from the show. And since they're only going to be doing it once a week, and the people they're firing seem to all be guys that weren't his favorite anyways. Like Benji, he's hated Benji for decades,
forever. There's no doubt
Benji's lasted this long
for sure. And it just sucks because they some of the most fun things that they would talk about on that show is the contentious they bring up. I heard
rivalries.
Oh my god! And I heard a clip the other day of Stuttering John and some intern that he was dating back when that was like way too hot for Stuttering John. It was it was the funniest. Again, it was I was laughing out loud for like 5 straight minutes listening to this clip. And
I think Stuttering John is the reason why he made everyone start signing NDAs. When he fired Stuttering
the Leno
John.
Thing.
Yeah, the Leno thing, but he also would run his mouth about Stern, and there's nothing Stern could do about it. So I think after that, he started making guys sign NDAs.
Stuttering John is a notorious complete liar, absolute complete piece of shit liar. The way that people found out about it, because obviously the Stern world is so big, but they follow the people on social media and then they'll click on their profile and it used to say Howard Stern Show and then it just doesn't say Howard Stern Show anymore. Right. There's nothing, there's no conversation about it on the show. I guess
learned about it. I saw an article that says longtime Stern Show staffer reveals why he left the show. And I read the article and it's about this guy his name's Rasan and he does like the wrap-up show and some of that stuff. And then I read the whole article and then I see him tweet and he retweets it. He's like, left is a funny way to say it. And then someone commented, well, how would you say? And he
can't say.
They said, were you laid off? And he said, yes. So like he confirmed he was laid off.
There's some of those guys that would do so well if they started their own podcast. I don't know how long they signed this NDA for. I don't know how that works, but you know, to lock guys out from potential future earnings is really shitty. It sucks. I mean, you should be able to, you know.
Well, it comes with lots of times it'll be part of the severance package. Like a non-compete clause will be part of the severance package. The NDA is more so you can't talk about anything that ever happened when you were working here, ever. The non-compete is what stops them from getting jobs broadcasting. Yeah. And so an interesting non-compete issue actually going on in Detroit right now. You know Spike from Mojo in the Morning?
He just started with Hank.
Yes. So Spike had a 3-year he got fired from Mojo in the Morning or something. I
remember that, yeah.
And he was there for like 20 years. And he had a 3-year non-compete, which means they paid him a shitload of money to not work for 3 years. Right. And now that non-compete's finally up, and he launched a podcast, Spike and Hank, with Hank, I don't know Hank's last name. Winchester, yeah. And it's crushing it. They got like 100,000 views in the first 3 episodes. He's absolutely crushing it.
Hank is very popular in the area, even after his scandal last year where he got accused of touching a man inappropriately, because Hank's openly gay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the scandal. Was he on TV? He seems like a news bright. He was on TV or something before that.
He did an unbelievable segment. I think it was on Channel 4. It was called, but he was like investigative, and he'd go and uncover things. It was a very, very. It was like Rob Wolchek Hall of Shame type deal. Okay. And not, is it hammering Hank? I just think about getting hammered in the butthole. So I don't think that's what it is, but. It was a great. He did really good work, and so then he got accused. And, you know, he was running the podcast with Kelly Stafford. He's very tight with the Staffords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was accused of making unwanted sexual advances towards a man during a massage and allegedly posing as an unlicensed massage therapist. He got completely exonerated. None of that was true, but yeah, he definitely had some things pop up, but. Hey, you know, you're not doing it right if you're not out there trying, especially the massage. It's a John Travolta tactic that he's done. That he invites young men over for massages and then does the old nude move and drops the towel.
Right. I mean, a gay man invites you over for a massage.
Yeah.
He's not like running a massage parlor and taking advantage of clients. Yeah. What do you expect?
Yeah, no, he was just trying to get, but apparently, again, they took his devices and everything, and everything came out. It was fine. So,
I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, and so you're right though. It was very interesting to see Spike come out of nowhere after that, but also too.
Well, I'm friends with Spike. I worked closely with him when I was at JLB, and he was at 955, and. Out of like Mojo in the Morning crew, like I liked Spike a lot. He would throw a yearly St. Patty's Day party at his crib. I would always go to that and party with him.
Nice.
I enjoy Spike, and so I've kept up with him. And he was doing a whole countdown to the launch.
Oh no shit!
To the launch of the pod. And I was just really excited to see.
It'll be good to have Hank back around too. I mean, I'm always looking for new material. One of my favorite podcasters of all time, John C. Dvorak from the No Agenda show. He just passed away a couple weeks ago. It was truly devastating. They were the ones who they would just play news clips against each other and just laugh. And they're so influential. Adam Curry is the other host, who's one of the original, you know, MTV VJs from back in the day. And they would just straight down the middle, just really It's such a good show, man. And he passed away, so I'm definitely in the market. So I'm gonna check this out. And Hank's segment was called "Help Me, Hank." I knew it was somewhere with an H and H, but yeah, that's good. Good for them. I'll be checking that out for sure. So good luck.
Before we get out of here, I would love to just give a shout out and a condolences and a rest in peace to UFC fighter Allan Nascimento. He died of a heart attack a few days ago. When was it? August 3rd.
I don't know this fella.
2 days ago. I wasn't too aware of him, but he just fought June 5th. He just had a fight pretty recently. He's 34 years old, right? He's a 34-year-old in shape dude died of a heart attack. And so I just want to send a condolences out to him. Rest in peace. And, you know, something I like to do is I always, when I don't know too much about a fighter, I was going through his fight history. I guess he lost a split decision in his last fight, June 20th.
Damn.
I was going through, but before that, he was on a 4-fight win streak, and he seemed to be a pretty good prospect. So I'm going through this, and I'm just looking at his record, and I go and I scroll all the way to the end to his very first fight, 2011. He fought a guy named Thiago Silva. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I know who Thiago Silva is, but that name sounds kind of familiar.
Sounds familiar.
So I click on there, right? I definitely don't know who he is. He's only 1-4.
Yeah.
You know, like he's kind of like a tomato can, right? Never. He's had one win.
Yeah.
So then I go to his record. His one win was against a man named Diego Lopez. I know a fighter named Diego Lopez, and he's like one of the best fighters in the UFC. There's no way that this guy who's 1-4,
especially on a split decision,
is over a split decision over Diego Lopez. So I click on there, and no fucking shit, it's Diego Lopez, the two-time featherweight challenger. He fought Alexander Volkanovski. He's like one of the best fighters in the UFC. Jeez. So just a weird little rabbit hole I went down after paying homage to Allan Nascimento. We got to Diego Lopez, 6 degrees.
Another Brazilian.
He's another Brazilian, but he's kind of like a Mexican Brazilian. I think he fights out.
Looks like he's got some really cool, shitty tattoos, which is my favorite part of UFC these days.
You don't know Diego Lopez? Oh, let me show.
I don't know any of these guys. You're the UFC expert. I don't know any of these fucking guys.
Yeah, the shitty tattoos and the haircut.
Did he fight on the White House card?
Yeah, he fought on the White House card, right?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, sick. What does that say? Dream, believe, and make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all-time horrible tattoos. And his haircut is, hilarious. He's got like the punk star emo.
Good for him.
Yeah, so shout out to Diego Silva. You got one win over Diego fucking Lopez. How about that?
And then, going back to the guy who died, 34, you would think he would have been checked out a little bit better for heart conditions by the UFC doctor, training staff, and whatnot.
They have to pass medical examinations to do that.
Maybe he was on some of the Colombian cocaine and his heart blew up.
Unfortunately, that's where, the mind has to wander, right? Like, not too many healthy 34-year-olds are just dropping dead of a heart attack,
No.
Natural
definitely
causes.
not. Right. No, definitely not. Well, R.I.P. to him and his Brazilian family and probably his wife, who has a ton of awesome plastic surgery. So we'll
Someone else will
good shit.
That.
Well, no, it's been fun, Max. We jumped right back into where we left off, and we won't be leaving you guys for this long again. And wanted to definitely come back and hopefully make you guys laugh and do your damn thing. Like, comment, subscribe. What else you got, Max?
That's right. That's about it. Just know we'll never leave you forever. We might take a break. We might be gone for a little bit, but
we might podcast more.
But we'll always come back to give you a recap of what's been going on. So on that note, it's been a pleasure chatting with you, Matt, and we'll see you next time on another episode of Max and Matt versus Evil.
Peace.